Hello everyone, my name is Legendary and this game is Rise of Kingdoms. Today I have some great reports from you, from a very low spender who built up his account to be some kind of a trap account. Not 100% sure that was his intention, but he took about 7 rallies in this KVK as a low spender with the power that you see on the screen, and he managed to fend them off and dropping a evil laugh at the end. So if you're interested and you want to know more about this, then you want to check out this video because I have the full details about how everything happened. Hello my friends and welcome back to another Rise of Kingdom video. My name is Legend Ronnie and today I have some reports from a player who took 7 rallies in KVK during the Kingsland invasion, and I got his troops amount, I have his talent trees, I have everything that he used on his city. He even used reinforced from his allies to boost his defense as much as possible. He even took my advice. I told him to train more infantry, and he did. It actually helped. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything that he had on the account. I'm gonna show you the reports, and it might just amaze you. This is something that you should do as a free-to-play player. I'm not saying that you should turn your account in a trap account, but the reason I'm saying that this is what you should do as a free-to-play player is because he has a large amount of troops. He does not have T5 tech. He has almost 6 million troops in his city and he doesn't have max tech. Right, so this is his general talent tree that he used when he was getting any kind of rallies but not Attila Takeda, or when he was getting double rallies, he was using this talent tree. I would say that nowhere to turn. I'm not so happy about that one. Not sure if I would have gone for it. Probably would have kept the pseudo formation, or probably would have put more stats on the infantry, but he does have quite a mix of troops in the city, and this is the amount of troops when he started KVK. 6 million, but a couple of tier 1s as well, some tier 2, some tier 3. The majority of troops is tier 4 in the city, but there's no tier 5, like I was mentioning. It doesn't have tier 5 tech. He did went for more tier 4 troops. He took my advice. 2.3 million infantry. He needs more infantry for this to go even better. He used Charles Martel and YSG as a garrison. His Charles Martel is not maxed, is 5515. This is the second talent tree that he used, and this is when he was getting Attila Takeda rallies. If you notice, there is no skill damage in the talent tree. Everything, all the points that he put was just to try to reduce as much damage as possible from Attila and Takeda. If you have the majority of your troops is infantry, let's say 70-80% of your troops is infantry, then it would be better to put more points in the infantry talent tree in this situation rather than going for general stats like he done. But you saw his amount of troops. He has a lot of cavalry, he has a lot of archers, and a lot of siege. So all these general boosts that he got from the garrison and from the defense tree, those boosts affect all the troops in the city, and for him was way more beneficial. But for someone that has 70-80% infantry, would be more beneficial to go more on the infantry tree. This is where he wrote me. His Charles Martel is 5515, but we can check that in the reports as well. I asked him how can I know if his account is a free-to-play, because that's what he told me, that he's a free-to-play. I said he spends 14 a month, so that means he's a low spender, and sometimes 6 a month is still a low spender. I would say that for this amount that he is spending, he got his account pretty stocked up with troops, and this is his technology as a proof that he doesn't have T5 tech. I suppose that this is the infantry level 10 research that he's doing right now, and he still has medical corp and combined arms. By the way, this is Peter Chan from Alliance MCO. If you want to go ahead and check their KVK, they are doing amazing. Lost Kingdom 36, where they are still fighting in Kingsland. So if you still want to have a piece of the action or you want to enjoy some quality battles, they are still fighting over here. And you notice MCO Alliance, this is where he is from, but he is part of the Kingdom 1399. which have 3 teams in the Osiris League, just to put it out there. The best way you can tell who is with who and who is against who, it's always left and right, they are allies, top and bottom, they are opponents, or vice versa. Top and bottom are allies, or and left and right, they are opponents. Meaning that right now, the left and the right team, they are winning as the situation looks right now in Kingsland. They seem to just have a small corner left. This is his first rally on his city, and he took a Genghis double C rally. His Charles Martel and YSG, he had 2 reinforcements in the city, but the first reinforcement was 415, and the second one, I think he's returning troops, 4,400 dead. He definitely had reinforcements. His total amount of troops is 6 million. So let's go ahead and let's check how many reinforcements he had. 270,000 infantry and 200,000 infantry. That's pretty good because infantry is what he needs the most. After that is his troops, like I showed you in the picture, 2.3 million. Infantry, archers, and cavalry. Here on the troops buff, we are noticing his Charles Martel, 5515, not even a max skill Charles Martel and his YSG against Genghis double C. I would say that if he would have had a YSS, like I've showed you in the previous video, I already put a card on the top about that. When someone took rallies like a boss against the Tirata Keda with a YSS, might have been much better than YSG. I'm gonna show you some reports where YSG actually paid off. Even in this rally, he's done pretty good. He killed 400k troops while he only had to pay hospital bills. And his hospital bills are tier 4, which tier 4 cost a very low amount of resources to heal. This is the second report, and this time is against archers. This was not a full rally, but he did cause 108k dead, and the rally definitely didn't had reinforcements either. Going down to check, he still had the same reinforcements that were left from the previous rally. The same players that reinforced him the first time. That's why it's always this small amount of death, is because of the players reinforcing him. Max Edward, Max YSG. Going on to the third report, and this is when they are trying Guan Yu and Alexander. I'm pretty surprised about this report. He's done quite amazing, and you can tell by the watchtower that when this rally happened, it was on the same timeline as the other 2 rally that I already showed you. So this is the third rally in a row that he is getting. I'm supposing that he is just emptying his hospital between rallies. This is something that you can't wait for help. Sometimes you just have to empty it. So going and checking his troops again. Yes, he kinda did empty his hospital, or was just waiting to collect. And then the same 2 players with whatever amount of troops they had left garrisoning the city. Now this is the 4th rally, and I will say that the 4th rally done pretty decent on him. Ramses and YSG, he took 153 severely wounded, and they took 110k dead. If this rally would have had a couple of reinforcements, I would have said that it would have put a hurt on him in the end. But again, the rally didn't have reinforcements, so it is what it is. I would say that this rally was on the same timeline, meaning that he still didn't move from the location he was. He was still just getting rallies over there. And this is very interesting. 2.476. I'm supposing that this alliance had the circle with 10% rally capacity, and the rally might have been hit on the way a little bit, and it's not 2.6. That's what I'm guessing. Anyway, by the slightly wounded the rally wasn't swarmed. Let's go and check on the remaining troops. One of the guys left. He said, F this. I'm not staying here anymore. It's just one other guy who's left in his garrison. And the 4,500 watchtower that managed to heal a little bit. Everything is on the table apparently, and he even took an Alexander the Great and Leonidas rally. He gave them another 100k dead. He took 123 severely wounded. I would say that it's on the same timeline because the watchtower damage is only 5,000. The watchtower didn't manage to hit. It's just player keep rallying him. Probably his location was being sent and said, okay, let's rally this guy. And random rallies were being sent to him, but not well coordinated. So they were all in the end being disbanded. This must be a max skill Leonidas, and an Alexander leading didn't do so great either against 6.3 million troops. He either healed troops or he got more reinforcements. He got more reinforcements, more infantry, which is great. And Alexander and Tomiris, that's an interesting combination. And the final test, Attila and Takeda, he took it. He finally took it with reinforcements. So you can tell that he had reinforcements by the slightly wounded remaining troops and counting the dead. So this is 2.7 million already, just the slightly and the remaining. And if you add the heal with the dead, that's about 3.1. So I would say that at least 2 marches of reinforcements went into this rally. Charles Martel and YSG, like I said, if you would have had YSS, would have done much better. Now the reason he had 61,000 dead, it's one, either his hospital got full, or two is because of the reinforcements in his city. I'm just gonna go ahead and check, and let's see if it was the reinforcements. No, it wasn't the reinforcements. The reinforcements didn't took such a beating, but it was his own troops. So he did had some dead troops. He probably left the thing to go on for a little while. So he did took a total of 50,000 troops, because I believe that it counts 1,500 the watchtower. That's not big of a problem. 50,000 troops. He just didn't empty his hospital properly between rallies, or didn't have time. One of the two. You can't wait for the helps when you're in this situation. So this rally is the 6th rally which was on the same timeline, meaning that he was keep getting rallies after rallies after rallies on his city. You need to empty your hospital. You can't wait for the helps. But this is not all, and this is where YSG helped him a lot. These were players that were next to his city. They was siege, but still, that's 200k dead siege. There were players that wanted to plunder him because he does have a lot of resources, and they did swarm him. 192,000 dead siege. Well, that's just kills for him. After that, we have Sendyok and Ishida. Another 153k siege. I suppose when people want to have dead troops on their account, they just go and swarm with their siege and they pump up their dead troops. Well, that might be a thing as well. After that, we have more siege, I'm expecting. There you go, 228 March, 160k siege. This is where YSG paid off a little. And judging by the severely wounded, I think he did have an empty hospital. Because these are severely wounded that, oh yeah, he did had an empty hospital. And this is another 31,000 dead. So he took a total of about 80k dead. This is the second rally that he took. Guan Yu and Alexander, that was super brave. I'll be very honest. 2 rallies and swarm with only TFO and 60 billion power account. I don't know what to say. That was really brave for him. He did cause a lot of death. Those siege are gone. Like, that's it. Done. A full hospital, 80k dead for 2 rallies and a swarm. Hell yeah. Why not? He most likely bubbled at this point. 2.6 million left. He didn't want to get his city zeroed all the way down. But hey, he done some damage. He had his fun. An overall maybe of 1 million dead in this rally, if we do all the counting, or close to 1 million dead that he caused, and he lost 80,000 dead. Later on, he took his bubble. He healed his troops. He took his bubble. He still had some dead troops for some reason. I'm not sure why. Oh, right. So he got 2 new reinforcements in the city, or at least someone parked troops in his city. And he made utility of those troops. Attila Takeda going on the troops buff. Max Commander, even Takeda is level 60, so WTF to that. Another 124k dead he caused to the rally. Most likely they had to cancel the rally. For me, this kind of event is pretty exciting, right? Because I'm spending a lot of money in the game, right? And sometimes I cannot take a single rally, but whenever they rally me, they know one thing and they reinforce. So this is something that you need to take in consideration. Many of these rallies were not reinforced. So I would say that he was lucky. You notice when the rally were reinforced in the previous report, he did have to bubble at some point. So do I. When I get rally, they get reinforced a lot. In the end, have to bubble. And the reason I'm expecting that in the previous report, when he took about 80,000 dead, the reason I believe he took the dead is because he didn't know that he need to take out his garrisons marches, people that are garrisoning him before he can bubble. I'm kind of 80% sure that that was just happened. He kind of panicked a little bit. By the time he realized he needs to send the troops out before he can bubble, he took about 80,000 there. But that's totally fine. I mean, come on, 80,000 from 6 million troops. That's not a big deal. So I do hope you like this kind of videos, or I do hope you like this kind of things, or if you want to do this kind of things, this is what you have to do. And like I was checking his personal information, is not a player that just saved troops or saved all the speed ups and just trained troops and didn't help the alliance or the kingdom in either rallies or garrisoning. He's doing that. 2 million dead troops for a low spender, that's decent. You saw his commanders, he doesn't have a max kill Charles Martel, he only has a max kill YSG, meaning that this is very doable by pretty much anyone. Like I said, I was super hyped, so I did have to do a video about this. It's pretty interesting to see this 55 60 million power accounts, you know, doing so well against some proper rallies with proper equipment and so on. Personally, I just like it. Until next time, this is your boy Jeroni signing off. Peace out, yo, and take care. See you on the next one, and stay safe out there.